Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you. I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Okay. How many hours a day are you training?
Hey, I take it serious. Listen. And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
The air crackled with anticipation as Mike Tyson, the undisputed heavyweight champion of his era, lumbered onto the stage for a live interview on Hot Boxing Talk, the topic of the night. None other than his upcoming exhibition bout against YouTube sensation Jake Paul, a fight that had the boxing world buzzing with a mix of excitement and skepticism. The interview flowed smoothly, with Tyson reminiscing about his glory days and offering insights into his training regime. But the atmosphere shifted dramatically when the topic turned to Jake Paul. A video clip played, showcasing Paul's brash prediction. On July 20th, I'm gonna send a shockwave through the boxing world. Mike Tyson, he's a legend, but legends don't last forever. I'm knocking him out. A low growl emanated from Tyson's throat. His eyes, once playful, narrowed into a steely glint. The interviewer, sensing the brewing storm, cautiously asked for Tyson's reaction. "Knock me out," Tyson boomed, his voice a gravelly echo of his former ferocity. That kid wouldn't know what hit him. He's been playing with cupcakes in these YouTube fights. This ain't no game. This is the squared circle. You step in that ring with Iron Mike, you best be ready to meet your maker, the crowd roared, a mixture of nervous excitement and nostalgia for the Tyson of old. Tyson, fueled by the energy of the moment, continued his tirade. He talks a big game for someone who's never faced a real fighter. Come July 20th, I'm gonna remind him what happens when disrespect walks into the ring with power. This ain't some clickbait stunt, kid. This is a fight. And when that bell rings, you better pray for a merciful uppercut. Tyson's words hung heavy in the air. The playful banter had morphed into a chilling display of his trademark intensity. Even years removed from his prime, it was clear that the fire still burned bright within the baddest man on the planet. Cameras panned to the interview screen, where Jake Paul, presumably watching the interview live, had a stunned expression plastered across his face. Whether it was genuine fear or a carefully crafted reaction remained to be seen. One thing was certain, the war of words had well and truly begun. The July 20th fight night promised fireworks, a clash between a boxing legend with a point to prove and a social media star hungry for a monumental upset. Jake Paul, never one to shy away from a social media spectacle, didn't stay silent for long. Within minutes of the interview ending, a video titled Iron Mike Scared, Easy Work on July 20th flooded his channels. In the video, Paul, bathed in the cool glow of studio lights, addressed Tyson's threats with a practiced smirk. "Look at the old man," Paul said, feigning concern. "All bark and no bite left in that dinosaur. He's scared of what a young, hungry fighter can do. July 20th, that's my Independence Day from the shadow of has-beens. I'm gonna dethrone a legend and usher in a new era of boxing." Paul's words, laced with a calculated blend of arrogance and confidence, sent the internet into a frenzy. His supporters revealed in his defiance, while boxing purists scoffed at his claims. The interview and Paul's response had achieved exactly what both men craved, a massive buzz for the upcoming fight. However, beneath the bravado, a flicker of doubt danced in Paul's eyes. He'd faced seasoned boxers before, but none with the raw, untamed power of Mike Tyson. Tyson's threats, delivered with chilling sincerity, had planted a seed of fear. Could the YouTube star truly believe his own hype? Or was this bravado a mask to hide the looming reality of stepping into the ring with a legend? Only time, and the much-anticipated fight on July 20th would tell. One thing was for certain, the world was watching, eager to witness a clash between two titans, albeit from vastly different corners of the boxing universe. It was a fight that promised an explosive mix of nostalgia, youthful exuberance, and potentially a shocking upset.
Tendencies or something, but I don't think I'll be smoking for this fight, and I think I'm going to be really, really irritable and nasty.
Do you have any dislike for Jake Paul? Like, you want to teach him a lesson?
I will do just that, but dislike him, you know, never for money, only glory. I would never risk my health for money.
Okay, give me 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9...
The boxing world is abuzz with a fight unlike any other. YouTube sensation Jake Paul, known for his viral antics and online fame, has set his sights on a true legend, Mike Tyson. This isn't your typical celebrity boxing match. This is a clash of eras, a David versus Goliath scenario where a young internet star dares to challenge the iron fist of a retired heavyweight champion. Just yesterday, the internet erupted with news of Paul kicking off his training camp for the July 20th fight. Gone are the days of flashy stunts and carefree videos. Paul, clad in head-to-toe training gear, posted a grueling montage on his social media channels. Sweat dripping from his brow, he navigated a brutal circuit of sprints, weightlifting, and intense pad work. The caption accompanying the video read, "Day 1, no days off. Iron Mike may be a legend, but legends can be dethroned. KO July 20th. This marked a stark shift in Paul's approach. While he's trained for previous fights, this camp exudes a newfound seriousness. Gone is the flippant attitude, replaced by a steely determination. Clearly, Paul understands the monumental task ahead. In a follow-up video, Paul addressed his critics directly. "They think this is a joke," he stated, his voice laced with a hint of defiance. "They think I'm just some kid playing dress-up, but I'm here to prove them wrong. I respect Mike Tyson. His legacy speaks for itself, but respect doesn't win fights. Focus, dedication, and the will to win, that's what gets you the victory, and I have all three in abundance." Paul's commitment to training has surprised many. He enlisted the help of a world-renowned boxing coach, assembled a seasoned sparring team, and even relocated to a high-altitude training facility to maximize his conditioning. The upcoming fight between YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson has become more than just a clash in the ring. It's a war of words, fueled by Paul's recent comments that have been widely condemned as disrespectful. In a now viral interview, Paul confidently declared, "Sure, Mike Tyson was a beast in his prime, but that was decades ago. Father Time is undefeated, and it's taken a toll on Iron Mike. Let's be honest, the man is past his prime. Can his reflexes keep up with my speed? Can his aging body withstand my power?" Paul didn't stop there. He went on to question Tyson's intelligence, a remark that landed particularly poorly. "Everyone remembers the ferocious fighter," Paul continued, "but let's not forget the troubles outside the ring. There's a reason why his career went off the rails. Maybe it wasn't just bad decisions, maybe there were underlying reasons." The comments sparked immediate outrage. Boxing fans and pundits alike criticized Paul for his lack of respect for a legend of the sport. Former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis called Paul's comments disgraceful, while Tyson's trainer lashed out, promising to make Paul pay dearly come fight night. The interview served as a stark reminder of the generation gap in boxing. Paul, a product of the social media age, thrives on controversy and self-promotion. His comments, while undeniably disrespectful, likely stemmed from a desire to generate buzz and get under Tyson's skin. However, this tactic backfired spectacularly. It alienated fans who hold Tyson in high regard, and it painted Paul as a disrespectful braggart. Whether this was a calculated move or a genuine misjudgment remains to be seen. One thing is certain: the war of words has intensified the already explosive atmosphere surrounding the fight. Mike Tyson, known for his fiery temper, is unlikely to take Paul's taunts lightly. Come July 20th, the boxing world will witness the culmination of this heated rivalry. Will Tyson silence Paul with a devastating knockout, proving that experience still reigns supreme? Or will Paul pull off a shocking upset, silencing his doubters and etching his name in boxing history, albeit through a controversial path? Only the bell can answer these questions.
No way! You know what? You know what? I mean, it just sucks that he's had so many controversies in his life, but I'm hoping he puts all that shit behind him.
They don't survive situations like that.
Because they're so wild and they're having a good time too much and they're partying, and they're the champ.
It has to come to an end. That stuff, if you don't bring it to an end, it's going to come to its own end.
The July 20th fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was thrown into chaos when Paul abruptly announced a sudden shoulder injury, forcing a postponement. This news came just days after a particularly heated exchange between the two, where Paul made disrespectful comments about Tyson's age and intelligence. The boxing world was divided. Many believed Paul's injury was legitimate, a cruel twist of fate just as the fight was about to reach fever pitch. Others, however, harbored a suspicion that Paul was playing mind games. Fueling these suspicions was a cryptic social media post from Paul himself. It was a short video showing Paul lounging poolside, a mischievous grin plastered on his face. The caption read, "Tough day of physical therapy. Gotta stay positive." The internet exploded. Was this a harmless joke or a subtle dig at those who believed his injury? The ambiguity sparked a firestorm of debate. Boxing analysts dissected the video frame by frame, looking for signs of a fake injury. Fans took sides, with some applauding Paul's audacity if it were a prank, while others condemned him for disrespecting the sport. Days turned into weeks, and with each passing day, the truth behind Paul's injury remained shrouded in mystery. No official medical reports were released, and Paul himself offered no further clarification. Mike Tyson, meanwhile, remained silent, a brooding storm waiting to unleash. Then, on a seemingly random Tuesday afternoon, Paul dropped another social media bomb. A new video showed him back in the gym, throwing punches with impressive speed and power. The caption, "Feeling great, back on track for that July showdown." The internet, already on edge, went into meltdown. Was this a confirmation of a fake injury? If so, it was a gambit of unparalleled audacity. Had Paul successfully gotten inside Tyson's head, manipulating the legendary fighter with a well-timed injury, whether it was a calculated move or a youthful miscalculation, remained unclear. However, one thing was certain: Paul had managed to shift the narrative. The focus was no longer on his disrespectful comments, but on his audacity and the mind games he potentially employed. The news of Jake Paul's sudden shoulder injury sent shockwaves through the boxing world, but nowhere did it hit harder than with Mike Tyson himself. Still simmering from Paul's disrespectful comments, this latest development felt like a mockery, a slap in the face wrapped in a sling. Tyson, never one to mince words, erupted in a fiery tirade. "Injury?" he boomed in a now infamous interview, his voice a low growl. "That kid wouldn't know an injury if it bit him on his backside. This is all a game to him, some social media stunt. He thinks he can disrespect a legend, then hide behind a fake doctor's note. He wants a fight. He's gonna get one. August can't come soon enough." The interview went viral, the raw anger in Tyson's eyes sending shivers down the spines of even the most seasoned boxing analysts. The playful banter that had occasionally punctuated the pre-fight hype was replaced by a chilling seriousness. This wasn't just a fight anymore. It was a personal vendetta. Tyson retreated to his training camp, a secluded mountain hideaway where the only sounds were the rhythmic thud of punching bags and the occasional roar of defiance from the champ himself. Training sessions intensified, becoming a brutal ballet of sweat, fury, and relentless focus. Tyson's team watched with a mix of awe and concern as their once-retired fighter transformed back into the baddest man on the planet, fueled by a fire hotter than ever before. Meanwhile, Jake Paul's social media post from the poolside only added fuel to the fire. Tyson's camp saw it as a blatant taunt, a confirmation of their suspicions. Paul was playing them. Cryptic caption, the mischievous grin, it all pointed towards a fabricated injury, a cruel joke at the expense of a legend. News of Paul's quick recovery and return to training only solidified this belief. In Tyson's eyes, it was all a game, a calculated ploy to manipulate him mentally. It was working. The fire that had dwindled with age was now a raging inferno, fueled by disrespect and a perceived lack of seriousness from his opponent. As the days bled into weeks, the atmosphere surrounding the fight grew thick with tension. It wasn't just about the clash of styles or the generational divide. It was about respect, about proving a point. Mike Tyson, the once and seemingly future king of the ring, was on a warpath, and Jake Paul, the brash YouTuber, had unwittingly unleashed a monster he might not be prepared to handle.